Last Saturday, my friends and I decided to check out the local talent show at the community center. It was the kind of lazy afternoon where the most exciting thing we'd done was debate over whether pineapple belongs on pizza. We arrived to a crowd of eager locals, buzzing with the anticipation of witnessing heartfelt renditions of classic hits and maybe a few awkward dance routines. The lineup seemed pretty typical at first. There was a kid who played a surprisingly soulful rendition of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star on the violin, and an elderly woman tap dancing to Staying Alive, which was both inspiring and mildly concerning. As the show continued, we settled into our seats with snacks in hand, chuckling at the occasional off-key singer or overly enthusiastic magician. Then they announced the final act of the evening, a guy named Carl who, according to the program, was a poultry enthusiast. Judging by the puzzled expressions around the room, no one was quite sure what that entailed. Carl sauntered onto the stage wearing a bright red jumpsuit and a confident grin, wheeling a large cage behind him. We exchanged curious glances, wondering what exactly a poultry enthusiast would do for a talent show. When Carl opened the cage, out strutted three plump, clucking chickens, and the audience collectively leaned forward in their seats. With a dramatic flourish, Carl began juggling the chickens. Yes, you read that right, juggling live chickens. The room erupted into a mix of gasps and laughter as he deftly tossed them into the air, their feathers fluttering like something out of a slapstick comedy. To our disbelief, the chickens seemed unfazed, almost as if they were enjoying their brief moments of flight. Carl's expression was one of intense concentration, but every so often, he'd shoot the audience a wink, as if to say, "Yeah, I've got this." Finally, with a grand, theatrical bow, Carl caught the chickens one by one, setting them gently back into their cage. The crowd erupted into applause and cheers, a cacophony that would have scared any normal chicken out of its wits. Carl held up a hand for silence, and the room quieted down, eager to hear his closing words. He leaned into the microphone with a grin and said, "Don't worry, folks, they're just winging it." The room erupted again, this time with laughter, and we walked away from that community center with a story that would surely make the rounds at every dinner party for the foreseeable future.